Alright, welcome back guys, or welcome if this is your first time here. I'm Vision here with Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be giving you my review and reaction to the Black Widow first teaser trailer that just dropped earlier this week. So the Black Widow movie or Marvel is something you're interested in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That way to miss more Marvel news from me moving forward. Now let's begin. So like I said, the first teaser trailer for the new Black Widow movie dropped earlier this week. Now, this is a movie that I'm kind of in the middle for. This is a movie that, while I'm excited for, I'm kind of meh. While I'm not not excited for this or disappointed, I feel like this is long overdue. And due to that, I kind of feel like it came at the wrong time. Like, for spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen Avengers Endgame, we'll probably get into some spoilers here, but she died in Endgame, and so we know that in this movie there's not like any high stakes. Yes, they're going to be setting up stuff for the future of the MCU, however, at the same time, I feel like they just kind of played it safe here. That's not to say I'm not excited for this movie or like I'm not like super hyped for phase 4 and what this movie's going to bring moving forward for the MCU. It just feels like a safe play. Whereas some of the other movies for this phase 4 I'm more excited for, like the Eternals and, Doctor Strange and some of the other ones. This one's just like I'm kind of mad for. It's like, yeah, it's coming, but But as for the trailer, I did dig the trailer. It was a nice teaser trailer with getting to see like her family kind of background, her history, and we get to see a bunch of our new characters that are going to be in this movie with her. I'm not much into the comic side of Marvel, so I can't really give you anything like as I know from there. So from what I understand here, a lot of this is based like on a family orientated kind of thing. It was like a kind of like a spy espionage kind of with like a twist of family in there. So I did dig that kind of dynamic here within this group of characters. I really did enjoy that. And we got our first look at Taskmaster, which is the villain for this movie, which is very cool. I've heard a lot of cool things about him from the comics, which makes me very excited for him. He seems like a different type of MCU villain. So I hope he kind of turns up and makes a good appearance, because I know Marvel kind of has a hit or miss track record in terms of their villains, so I hope he ends up being more of a hit than a miss. Now, we also got to look at David Harbour's character as Red Guardian. Now, that's another cool looking character. I really liked him in this trailer. There was not a bunch of like comedy. It looked more like of a serious movie, which is fine by me. I do kind of like the more serious ones, as long as there's some comedy in the middle of it. And with David Harbour, I feel like there is going to be that comic relief there with him in somewhat of a case. I feel like he's going to be a bit of the comic relief. But it looks like a very fun movie. It's one that I'm definitely... The trailer did boost my excitement for, but it's not like one I'm still like crazy about. I'm definitely hyped. I love the MCU. I love all their movies. But this one is just one where I'm like, okay, it's coming. But there are some other movies out this year that I'm more excited for. So I'm just a little bit cautious about it. I mean, well, I'm not cautious about it. I'm just not as hyped for it. I mean, this trailer did help me get hyped for it. But I am definitely looking forward to it. The one thing I'm curious about is where this is going to take place timeline as. Because from reports we originally heard was that it was going to take place in between Civil War and Infinity War. However, from what reports I've heard is that the Everett Ross is de-aged in this film. So why would they de-age him if it was supposed to take place in between Civil War and Infinity War? So by my understanding there is it must take place sometime before that, maybe phase 1 or before that, which kind of makes me a little bit confused. I'm not totally sure what's going to go on there. Maybe those reports were wrong. Maybe these reports are wrong. But I don't know. That's one thing I'm curious about. I do dig what they're doing here, and I've heard some rumors about certain things that they might be hinting at with the Black Widow movie and introducing certain things into the MCU with this movie, which I definitely dig if they turn out to be true. But this trailer definitely looks like a fun, good time. Marvel, again, while I said they're playing it safe, I feel like they are willing to take risks. And my only thing is, I feel like this movie is a little too late. I mean, I feel like they did this due to the whole, DC um, Wonder Woman stuff. Now, that's nothing against them, but I do feel like this is a little bit late, but I do feel like they should have done this sooner. And I'm not going to knock them for not doing it. I do feel like they kind of missed out doing it after her death on Endgame. I mean, unless there's something where she's going to turn up alive, which, in my opinion, I hope she doesn't return from the dead. Personally, I would rather her stay dead because it just kind of takes the weight away from her sacrifice in Endgame. If they make her come back to life, personally, I feel like that's a cheap cop out to me. And it's just like they brought her back for fan service. Like, her death meant something in Endgame. So to me, having her be resurrected and bringing her back after her big moment in Endgame, just to me, seems a little bit like a cheap kind of fan service moment. So to me, I don't want to see that happen. I know certain fans might want to see that happen. But for me, I just don't want to see her return. I prefer her stay dead and maybe just do these trilogy of her character in prequel stories. I mean, I know certain fans might not want to see that, but to me, I'd prefer that than her coming back to life. But that's just my thoughts and opinions. Overall, I am very excited for this movie. Again, just on the lower end of excitement for me, given that we know how this is most likely going to end with her being alive. Sure, we'll have some great badass action and great story with multiple setups probably for the future of the MCU. But overall, it's kind of a safe play for Marvel. Yes, I want to see this character's story, but it's still like them playing it safe right after Endgame. Which, not to say is a bad thing. We need a break from the big movies every once in a while. But to me, this is kind of on the lower end. But overall, like I said, though, I am still excited for this. See what they do. See these new characters in the MCU. And see how they might factor into the future of the MCU. I'm really excited to see that. And I'm really excited to see what the story will be behind Black Widow. Especially since I don't know much of the comic side. Pretty much nothing I know about any of these characters from the comics. So I'm very interested to see what goes on there. Again, very excited to see Red Guardian, Taskmaster, and the rest of these new characters. Again, just hopefully it is good. Of course, it's a Marvel movie, so it's going to be good. But I'm just curious to see what it sets up for the future of the MCU and what potential it has for future Black Widow movies if they give her a trilogy like the rest of the characters, or if this is just going to be like a one-shot. Personally, I do kind of hope they do a trilogy like with the others. I think it's only fair enough that they do it. Just kind of curious how they will factor it in and keep her dead to my preference and not bring her back to life. That's just my hope. I know fans, like I said, might want to see her back alive in sequels, but to me, I just prefer to stay dead. Just to not loosen the impact of her death in Endgame. But overall, this did get me super hyped. I'm very interested to see where they take the MCU moving into Phase 4 and the backstory they give to Natasha. But again, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Let me know how excited you are, what your expectations are, and what you want to see out of this movie. Let me know all that good stuff in the comment section down below. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts and opinions regarding the new Black Widow teaser trailer. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That way you miss more Marvel content from me moving forward. And you can go follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which are linked in the About section of this YouTube channel. As always, it's been Vision here with Blind Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.